Hey there guys, Portalmaster 9351 here, and in today's video I have some interesting news that I was really and truly not expecting to hear today, but let's jump right into it. Sony has been confirmed to not be showing up to E3 2019 this coming year. This is a pretty big shock to me. Honestly, a bigger shock than I really should have been expecting, but yes. Sony's not coming to E3. Sony, one of the biggest players, one of the biggest three players in the gaming world, not showing up to E3 is pretty big news and really does show that the conference as a whole has been spiraling downhill for quite some time now. Now, it's a known fact that E3 has been going downhill. That's just a known fact. I mean, for instance, you have the conference actually opening up to the public for the past 2 years. E3 2017 and 2018 have both been open to the public, and the main reason for that has actually just been to get more bodies on the floor. I mean, attendance has been down, and with each successive E3, well, it just gets more and more lackluster. The point is, E3 has been going down the hill for some time now, but with Sony actually officially pulling out of the 2019 conference this year, this is big news and actually signals a big blow and paradigm shift for the gaming industry. Now, press conferences have been shifting around for a while now, and Nintendo has actually been doing those Nintendo Directs, and they haven't actually done a live performance at E3 since I think the Wii era. I don't know specifically when they decided to change over to the Direct, but I know the last time they did a Direct was, or the last time they actually did a live conference at E3 was a long time ago, and that signaled a paradigm shift already, but Sony actually officially pulling out is massive. Now, there is a lot of speculation as to why this could be. Some people are suggesting that it's due to a lackluster lineup for this year for Sony. Some people are saying, oh, they just don't have enough to show off. As a matter of fact, I think they recently canceled one of their Sony events just because they didn't feel like they had enough to show off. And I guess I understand that, but it's kind of crazy to me to think that there's so little going on in the world of Sony that they would straight up just pull out of this conference. Now, the other piece of speculation as to why this is the case is potentially related to the ongoing console war between Microsoft and Sony. We assume, at least for now, that Microsoft is still intending to actually go to E3, even though Sony is not, although I guess that could potentially change at a later date. But assuming this is the case, it's quite possible that Sony is confident that Microsoft is going to reveal their brand new Xbox this year at E3, or this coming year at E3, and they don't have their own console ready, and as a result, they don't actually want to go to E3 just to be outshone by Xbox or Microsoft or whatever you want to say. And that's understandable, but again, I just can't get over this, and I think this is really going to mark, I think, the true beginning of the end for E3. I mean, it's not, I guess it's not the beginning of the end, but I think this is where it's going to go downhill. After Sony pulls out, this is just not going to go well for the company, or for the press conference, or it could potentially backfire in Sony's face big time. They said they wanted to find other ways to engage with fans, meaning other events. Well, if they canceled their other event for gamers, then this is not looking good for Sony. Where are they going to connect with the fans? And I think that there is potential that Sony could be pulling out of E3, getting ahead of the game. Maybe E3 is just going to be a garbage fire this year, and they don't want to associate themselves with that. I get that, but also it's quite possible that Microsoft could come out guns blazing at E3, and so could Nintendo this year. Obviously, Nintendo is heavily rumored to be unveiling a new version of the Nintendo Switch this year, and if Xbox really does go through and unveil whatever Project Scarlet is, then they could be looking at a potential big defeat coming up this year, and they could get outshone by both Microsoft, Nintendo, and even some smaller companies just because they didn't even bother to show up. So it's going to be interesting to see how this affects the press conference. It could blow up in Sony's faces, or Microsoft and Nintendo could also start pulling out of E3, and maybe E3 is just going to be done for very soon. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So tell me what you think about this news down in the comments. Do you think this is going to blow up in Sony's face, or do you think they're getting out ahead of the game and this is the wisest decision they could have made? Tell me that down in the comments. Anyways, though, that is all I have for you guys today. This has been Portalmaster 9351. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to all my patrons on Patreon, especially the Collector Creepypasta and Portal Powered TV. See you guys next time.